What is it?
It's a list of what you're doing next week.
Work assignments.
Working. We'll cover it here in a minute, but just take a look, see if it's going to work for your schedule next week. Shouldn't be a problem morning or afternoon because you guys are normally already here. But we do have some middle of the day runs.
She hasn't set it up.
It's right here. So you can just take a look at it. If your name doesn't have anything next to it, it's because we're run out of stuff for you to do. So we've got lots of, we'll talk about that. If it doesn't have anything next to it, don't worry about it. But that's what these are.
So,
Okay. I think Dr. Higgins wanted to come over and visit. I don't know if he's coming. If he does, we'll take a break and let him have it. Not like that. Mays Middle School provided breakfast, so that's what the card's for. So a huge thank you to them. They're not here, right?
No, they had to go back.
Okay. My calendar's totally off now since everything's changed. They meant it literally when we were pivoting a lot. So this, the biggest thing, there will be no school the week of, or the 25th, 26th, and 27th for all the schools. Goddard and Renwick have that whole week off. Next week we got Veterans Day, birthdays for Kincaid. We're going to talk about what we're going to do next week here in just a minute. December, we got birthdays.
Hi, Ben.
Good morning.
Hello,
Although I had to get my Chick-fil-A, sorry.
Ben, you're gonna be late.
Pretty sure we don't have school. Oh yeah, starts winter break. Everybody starts winter break on the 23rd, and it lasts through, I think it's the 4th of January. Renwick, Goddard, ILC, and Wichita start theirs on Monday. So, and we will have a driver's meeting next month as well. The numbers continue to get worse. We will definitely keep it this way, where we're only at half staff in here. But we will also try and do a Zoom meeting for those of you that don't want to be in here with everybody else.
ooh.
Driver and para of the month. Driver of the month is LaVonna Morgan. Yay!
She's gonna be at the 1 o'clock.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Okay. And then our para is Clara. She'll be this afternoon too. All right. This pivot stuff. We've been pivoting since school started. Oh. Funny little video. Oh, and I have no sound. It's way better with sound.
Oh, that's friends.
I can do it.
Can you do it?
Get back. Get back.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore. You think?
I know everybody's going, just shut up! All right. I guess I'm up next. Okay. Payroll, let's talk about that. That's pretty important stuff. While we are on shutdown, everybody is going to get their regular pay. So what you got in the spring, for those of you that weren't here, you're going to get it. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get started, we'll go ahead and let you visit. You can come on.
Who is that nice man? Whatever your name is, right? Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to stop by, say hello, say thank you so much for your work, your time, the challenges. I want to encourage mask wearing every chance you get, every location. I know we're eating and so forth, but we've got to slow things down. We've got to get kids back in school. We've got to keep you safe and healthy. So please make every effort. We're going to continually remind all of our staff, traveling in vans together, hanging out in meetings together. We have to remind administrators you can't sit at the same table and have a meeting. You can't run to another meeting in the same van without wearing them and so forth. So please be conscientious of it. Please respect your fellow drivers, your peers, your neighbors, your coworkers, our kids, those kinds of things. So it's not getting done outside of our world, and what's going on outside, spouses, parents, giving it to kids, giving it to teachers, staff, and so forth, and then bringing it in is what our problem is. Our kids are doing a good job. I've been in our schools a lot lately. I don't know what buses are like. I ride by buses, I follow buses sometimes, and I feel like the kids are still even doing a pretty good job in the buses, but it is incredibly hard in a job like mine to send 6-year-olds to fend for themselves to some extent at home. It hurts. It's emotional for our teachers, our parents, our staff, and some of you recognize that those kids, some of your kids in your buses don't have a fighting chance trying to learn on their own. They don't have the support that they need at home, and we've got to do everything we can to get them back in school. We've got to get our teachers healthy, our parents healthy, our bus drivers healthy. We've got to do it. So please help every bit you can. Because right now, I don't think it's going to happen at the state or county level. So we've got to do what part we can. Sorry, that's kind of glum news right there. On the good notes is all of our construction is moving along. You guys get a pretty good view of all the work right around here, don't you, across the street? And it's been kind of fun watching the competition between the South Intermediate and Mays Intermediate. They're in a bit of a race, and sometimes, as we know, it's not necessarily what they're doing, but they're waiting on parts and pieces and things to show up and so forth. But the good news is all of that's on track. All of that's going like it's supposed to. All of that's under budget so far. But we need a good winter, and we'll be able to open those schools next year. 1 year late, because if we had them open this year, they would be able to put a lot more kids in school. So, I don't know what else to share with you. I've been on the run quite a bit. So, anybody have any questions I can help answer? Yes, sir. Go Chiefs, by the way.
It sounds like you're not going to open in December.
Not going to open.
School's back up.
I don't know yet. We're really digging into the data. We're trying to see what we can do about moving people around. I think it's going to be difficult to open our high schools. Our high school student cases are pretty high. They can manage learning better. They can self-manage. They can do it. But the littler they are, the younger they are, the more desperate we are to get them back in school. So we're working on sub-pool. We're working on getting staff and teachers arranged to get the people in place so we can keep them open or get them back open as soon as possible. That's my goal. Those middle kids are the hardest to, some of them are thriving and feel good in that environment, depending on what's at home for them and how they've grown up. Others, it's not good at all. So our goal is not changed one bit. We want as many kids in school as much as possible with the staff we have, the staff we can put together in a safe environment. So, like I said, our kids, our littlest ones, do the absolute best job. Kindergarten classrooms I walk into, masks don't faze those kids one bit. There may be a few here and there, don't get me wrong. But, so, there's no commitment. We're grinding away at some options now. My goal is to at least open the elementary schools after Thanksgiving. I wouldn't bet either way right now. Does that answer your question? Okay. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm out running around quite a bit, and I see most of you being terrific about wearing your mask in the bus, keeping those kids safe, and yourself for that matter. About a week ago, I was at the state volleyball tournament talking to a parent, staff member. We were walking together, both in our masks. That staff member was positive 2 days later. I didn't have to quarantine. I didn't have to get tested. I feel fine. I just can't afford to miss one. And many of us can't afford to be gone. And so the next Monday, 2 days later, I was at an elementary school in the hallway talking to a kindergarten teacher who was trying to talk to me like this, and I kept backing away. The next day, she tested positive. So it's around us. It's everywhere. Some of us, it won't bother much at all. Some of us, it will. Either way, whether it's bad for you or not, whether you I'll say survive is not the right word, but whether it knocks you out or doesn't knock you out, you still can't work for a couple of weeks, and that's not good for you or for us. So I just can't say it loud enough or often enough. It's important for your health, and it's important for us to function. We have learned through this many things about what's good or bad about what we do in this business, but we have certainly identified how critical you are to school function, secretaries, paraprofessionals, custodians, how critical every single piece of our work is. It's one big machine and every part is important. So,
Is there any options available to the district as far as the testing? In other words, if you go down and get tested at the county thing, it takes, what, 7 days, even, you're not, come up negative.
yeah, great question. A couple of things. PCR tests, the really good ones, the ones that we rely on, the ones that really the county and state really only count. Turnaround's usually 24 to 48 hours right now. They've done a much better job from what we've heard. I had one of my staff members get tested yesterday. She's really sick, but doesn't believe it's COVID. She's been very cautious and so forth. I'm hoping she gets a result today. We've been hearing quick results. The antigen test, which is the rapid test, which can provide results quickly, we have in the district. We have another meeting with KDHE today. We're able to do those tests. We have to do some training. The problem is they don't do a whole lot for us, because even if you do those, they count negative. If you still have the symptoms, if you've still been in proximity, you haven't worn masks, you still have to follow the same rules. County is considering a change to that, where potentially certain job functions and 2 consecutive negative tests could allow you to come back to work under certain restrictions. So they're building that right now. I haven't seen it yet, but having it and us having the staff to implement, because that's part of our problem now is our nurses are going 90 miles an hour and we can't get it implemented. So we're close, we're there, we volunteered for the pilot, but we've got a job posting now to hire another nurse. I think we have 1 applicant so far. So that's part of this dang thing too, is we're just not enough human beings out there to do the things we need done. Does that answer your question? I mean, yeah, the antigen test, the rapid one, just doesn't provide enough reliability. Our doctors suggest that it's about 60% accurate.
Is the PCR test available at the district or?
No.
Okay.
Not yet, but there are more and more of those available. I mean, it's way better than it was 2 months ago, as far as how quickly we can get it. Let me ask you this. If you were concerned about, if you had symptoms, would you quickly know how to go get tested or where to go get tested?
I would.
What's that? No,
Walgreens and CVS.
Walgreens and CVS? I think that's one of the things we have got to push out better is because sometimes people start getting symptoms and then they don't know where to go or what time to be there or how much it costs or those kinds of things. So I think we need to try to put that information together.
I've been tested 3 times, the VA.
They won't let me in
Negative. It's free, don't cost.
there. Good for you. Thank you for your service too.
But I mean, they're all negative.
Yeah, good.
That's a plus.
That's the test you want to fail.
Yes.
Now they got better tests, the ones I did.
They go deep, they touch your brain with the...
Yes. That's the negative.
You gotta go deeper with it.
That's why they come back.
I didn't know how far I was going down there.
I just don't want it to go through my ear. All right, thanks again, have a great weekend, enjoy the weather, and please stay safe, please stay healthy, so, all right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Kathy.
Okay, so for payroll, starting today, you'll need to turn, Sarah needs to turn it in. Time cards have to be turned in every Friday in the evenings if you want paid, otherwise your check is gonna go on to your next payroll check, okay? So starting today, some of you guys wait till Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday to turn them in. We can't do that anymore. You're not gonna get paid that pay period, you're gonna get paid the next one. because we've got 2 pay periods coming up, they're gonna be back to back. So every Friday, they have to be turned in to the office. So don't take them home with you, don't work on them on the weekend, get them turned in here. Any questions on that? Have to come in on Friday.
Anything special written on, or just the?
Yep, we'll do it, yep, on those paychecks. You'll need to put your mileage on the very last day, but we'll come back to that one. Keep in mind, this is December, that you're gonna get paid on the 15th, just like always, but then your end of the month check is gonna come in on the 18th. So 3 days apart. That does not mean you're gonna get paid on the 1st of January, it's gonna be the 15th, so you're looking at a whole month before you get paid again. Make this one count, I don't do loans. Okay? Keep that in mind, it's gonna be a whole month before you get paid again.
We're happy to eat if you have enough food.
Sorry?
We'll just go to your house to eat if we have enough food.
I have boys, you're not getting anything. They got nothing left in my house. So, any questions on when you get paid? Okay, December, they come back to back. The rest of your checks will all be normal.
Oh,
And then
that's
your
in December.
January check will be the 15th. Everybody understands?
I know that was done.